When General John Kelly first took over as White House Chief of Staff, the general consensus was that he'd bring discipline and stability and play the role of the adult in the West Wing. 9 months and a slew of controversies later, it's clear we got that wrong. Most recently, it's Kelly's takes on immigration that have him in hot water.
The vast majority of the people that move illegally into the United States are not bad people. But they're also not people that would easily assimilate into the United States. They're overwhelmingly rural people. In the countries they come from, 4th, 5th, 6th grade educations are kind of the norm.
Immigrants don't easily assimilate into the U.S. A 2016 Harvard study found that men who come to the U.S. illegally are around 12% more likely to be employed than native-born men. So I guess he's right in that respect. Undocumented immigrants do stand out. And where Kelly is lacking in compassion, he more than makes up for in irony. The Brighton natives' great-grandparents immigrated from Ireland and Italy. And according to research published by the Washington Post, several of them don't meet Kelly's own standards for, quote, fitting in. At least 2 of them came from rural towns. Strike 1. 2 didn't speak English for at least a decade after coming to America. Strike 2. And when it comes to job skills and education, his mother's grandfather's a wagon driver and a fruit peddler, probably wouldn't make the cut either. Strike 3. Even the youngest undocumented immigrants can't look to Kelly for sympathy. When NPR asked about the White House's policy of separating children from their parents at the border, he said he wasn't worried because, quote, the children would be taken care of, put into foster care, or whatever. Or whatever? He says that about children fleeing war-torn countries being ripped away from their mothers. I wouldn't expect an apology, though, if this is anything like the time he called out Florida Congresswoman Frederica Wilson for a speech she gave at the dedication of an FBI building.
In the long tradition of empty barrels making the most noise, talked about how she was instrumental in getting the funding for that building.
Video of the event shows she didn't say any of those things, and still no apology for that, nor for his handling of the domestic abuse accusations against former aide Rob Porter, only saying, quote, we didn't cover ourselves in glory after it was reported he knew about the claims for almost a year before Porter left the White House. No kidding. In the 9 months Kelly's been on the job failing to bring discipline and respect to the White House has brought discredit and dishonor to John Kelly.